note this Mercedes here. We should have increased Mercedes. On the red Prius here. With groupings of reds is my guess. Okay, so possible groups of red cars, possible groups of Mercedes. And it doesn't look too horrible. This black truck has a DVR in it usually. There's someone waiting down here with lights on, so we're gonna walk down here past them. This is one of our neighborhood stalker watch groups, and this is where it's probably gonna ramp up. Alright. Oh shit. I'm gonna see if someone's defacing my truck. They haven't yet. Okay, it looks like an old Latin couple, and I can't tell you if they're just doing something normal there, or they're sort of staked out in this worldwide neighborhood watch group. Oh, is that a Mercedes? I can't tell you. So we do have... I'm just going to walk this way. I don't see City Guard. So we'll notice that after the arrests, City Guard is gone. Okay, so 2017 arrests. Kevin's crazy. He's not allowed out of his house, even though that's been going on since 5 years old. This is a BMW, and then this street is closer to normal. It's almost all normal. And this is a good video to upload that this is all normal here. Because it's a change, it's a complete change in behavior. In 15 years, except when we get down to the end of the cul-de-sac here. I was just sort of planning to walk to my car, but a lot of times you get sidetracked in these things that are not only unheard of and directed at me, but never, ever, ever, ever stop. Okay, so earlier today we had the 2 American flag cars there, and then the guy that I could see was going to try and start. I knew it was going to happen before it happened, and if you watch that video, you'll see that I'm basically narrating in the camera. I'm going to pick up the camera and start. Right, I could see that most of this street was closer to normal, and we had pairs of 2 whites there, and he was parking and waiting in 2 whites, and when he saw me come to the end of the cul-de-sac, he's getting out of his car, and I could tell that he's going to approach me, not knowing 100%, but my instincts, something's wrong with the situation, and he literally walks up towards my car directly at me in the middle of the road there and starts, "You better not do this and that." Okay, and "You better not do this and that." Okay, threats. He had San Diego on the plate, I believe, hinting about San Diego PD and Judge Diego Edmonds, I think his name is, or something like that, in these recent arrests to try to silence me about these 46-year murder operations, okay, based on psychological mental bludgeonings minute by minute, which are still, obviously, once I leave my block here, which is a pleasant surprise that these 22-year/46-year mental illness car tactics, that's just one of the thousands of tactics, is slowing down, okay, but usually it ramps right back up, okay, so after 2 or 3 days, or the tops, I've seen it go 5 days tops, okay, so I've seen it go 5 days tops. Now usually you have the aggressor black trucks, as I've explained so many times back here. And then we have people today with my mother working on the fear angle, like, you have fear. Okay, so you think this is about fear? That's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Okay, so I have this backwards truck here. We have that forwards black truck. And we have this black truck here forwards. Now we usually have 4 to 5 black pickups and around 4 of them or backwards, and then they'll switch to maybe 4 red Civics or 4 red cars or things like this, and they'll keep switching and rotating with worldwide groups. Okay, today that's a little aggressive. Actually, it's pretty aggressive if you know what, if you're the victim and you know what they're trying to switch your mind over to. Okay, make you look like a violent paranoid schizo. And so, by the way, it's August 31st at about 1 a.m. That's Thursday. I'm going to step out. I took a nap. I ended up taking a nap. I want to take an hour nap, and I slept till 11:30 p.m. and did notice that my computer was exploited again because I took down my firewall for about 4 hours. I accidentally left the firewall off, and so there's all sorts of weird freaky things in the browser and profile changes in the browser, and okay, so multiple browsers, and so something got injected in through the firewall being down. This is a common, since 1994 my brother wanted me to see the internet. People were told to work on the privacy violations. They figure out what IP I have and they go ballistic, and it's not one person, but it's, you know, a planet uniting to execute a 5-year-old. Make it look crazy. Okay, so all these linked events. Okay, so that guy there hinting about the judge, who's on what side, because if you can't admit to these planetary psychological terror attacks, then okay, then you understand where I'm going with that, is that if there's no admission and you're imagining it, then you've made your statement that you're on the side of the people trying to make you look like a violent paranoid schizo, right? I mean, that's a given. Okay, so remember that this is just the street as I leave, and I'm probably gonna go find one of those taco trucks or something. I'm fucking starving, and then I'll be accused of trying to stalking Latins or Peruvians or Mexicans, and then I'm a schizo and think I'm a Peruvian or Mexican, and it'll keep switching and changing from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. Okay, just justification. Kill Kevin with every resource and person on the planet trying to justify what they're doing. Okay, so this street looks almost normal. So that street, Juliana, looked almost normal. I'm gonna zip around and in the car as I leave, and I'm gonna note this white Tesla here because he might park by this Tesla over here to my left. I'm also gonna note that City Guard, after they finally get these arrests, the third arrest with Dincy is now gone, and I believe, okay, so we have this white Tesla and we had a second white Tesla here. Someone's doing a U-turn there. My guess is he's gonna park by here. Let's not be obvious about it. Let's just sort of keep walking and see what they do. Or better yet, maybe I'll go to my car because I'm gonna circle around here. And a lot of times City Guard comes out, like if I take a walk, or I sit in these steps, or I sit in those steps, or I sit in those steps, or I go there, or I go to the park. Okay, so here he is. If I go to the park, then City Guard comes out, okay? They'll show up instantly within like 5-10 minutes, okay? Someone's notifying, or they're tracking me off the Google Cloud that I sort of explained on some of these videos, based on the GPS exploits. Okay, the Tesla is leaving there, so, oh shit. The Tesla is leaving there, so, so you might ask why the Tesla didn't park. What was the purpose there? Just doing a U-turn? I'm not going to overanalyze that. We have the car waiting here with lights on. That the Equinox. I don't know if. Okay, so that couple turned off the car lights and went to sleep. So they're just homeless. I don't give a shit. That doesn't bother me. They're just homeless sleeping in their car. That doesn't bother me. It's the ones that are neighborhood watch groups, quote unquote, and they're really stalking groups, okay? Because that has been the entire problem. The whole time that they have been empowered to stalk, and there are citizens that are running around thinking they're police officers committing every crime known to man with worldwide network groups going, I'm just a neighborhood watch group that's following you from place to place, stalking you, okay, and violating privacy and internet exploits. Okay, so let's go back down the street. I'm going to upload this video. Let's go slow. Okay, so this morning we saw a Lexus here and a black Lexus across, pairs of twos. I'm gonna go really slow here, which is difficult for me to do with a plan of people. Normally when this red car shows up, we have large groups of red cars. We do not at the moment. And we used to have a second black Charger with this Charger. We do not at the moment. Okay, so 2 black Chargers. We do not at the moment. We do have pairs of 3s in the back corner here. It's really hard to see with the signage inside the end of the cul-de-sac. And then we have pairs of 2s on that side. And then the other day we had the 2 pickups pointed backwards towards each other, just like some of the blue groupings in the last video I uploaded about an hour ago. Okay, normally we have groups of whites that park with this pickup. So 2 or 3 whites for years over and over. We do not at the moment. The behavior has changed. They don't know what's doing. I'm crazy. I'm imagining it. How did the behavior change? You have a lot of fear because you think these things are happening. Bullshit. These things don't happen, and it has nothing to do with fear. And even if I had fear, it's irrelevant to the situation at hand. Okay, so whether I fear or not fear, whether I have mental illness or does not give people the right to hunt me and kill me with psychological warfare. Okay, this street is usually really aggressive, and then it stopped for about a month here. It slowed down. I'm gonna notice the Civic here because we saw 2 Civics trying to get together here this morning. There's one of them. And normally we have huge groups of pairs of 2s and 3s and whites. We do not have that here. This is Burbank, and I'm gonna do a little U-turn, and it looks almost close to normal. Now when I come back from getting some food here at 1 a.m., we might see people showing up. Okay, we have, I believe this is the black truck with the DVR, the video recorder, which is not uncommon, and that was parked a couple of cars, a car in front of me here as I got my car. The lights appear to be on at the moment. I will just note that. Okay, as we come down here, it looks fairly normal. I'm not seeing. So remember the numbers that I was talking about earlier today. There were 2 to 3 groupings. I think I said 2 on video camera, which was surprisingly closer to normal. Okay, and I was saying the average, we have 5 to 30 around this block area groupings. Okay, so we have the Tesla here, and then we saw that white Tesla sort of do a U-turn here and leave. Curious, as I'm sort of by this Tesla. This area is totally cleared out. Remember, street cleaning is Monday and Tuesday. It's Thursday, so street cleaning is not an excuse. Totally normal, peaceful, the way it should be. We come to the end of the cul-de-sac here. 3 black pickups, 1 backwards. Usually we have a much higher number of black pickups, and then it switches and rotates to 100 million other things. Okay, much closer to normal. This is on video for the world to see. What changed in the human behavior here by itself, because they say they don't know what I'm talking about and I'm imagining it. And how did the behavior correct itself if they don't know what they're doing? Okay, that's the point. How did the behavior correct itself? Okay, so this looks totally normal. And there could be a few. I'm gonna do one more little lap here and then go to maybe Sherman Way, looking for a, so this is all normal. The black pickup left around the same. Something just showed up here though, I think. Or did it? No, maybe it was there. I can't tell. Okay, so once again we go through. Now there could be some things that are sort of like, you know, very subtle on the idea of reference. I'm just gonna video this. It doesn't even matter to me, but 2017, one of the charges was putting handbills on cars, passing out cards. And obviously it's not a crime because farmers market. Obviously it's not a crime if people have been doing that since the beginning of time. Okay, so that was one of the charges, putting handbills. They found a rare charge in one little area that applied. I don't remember what area, somewhere down in LA, downtown LA. You're not allowed to put handbills on cars, and they applied it to everywhere I was worldwide. You get it? Okay, so the 2 ends of the cul-de-sacs, 3 backwards there and 2 backwards on the other side, that's still going on. Why is it going on inside of the property and not outside of the property? That's a very important question. When women are told to try to lure me places and call me a stalker, and this just happened. I was on a phone call with a private investigator earlier today, and he basically said people who go to strip clubs are stalkers. Okay, well, we have 4 people that took me to strip clubs. 1 in each state. Oh, wait, he's back, right? Or did he leave? Where is my eyes? Okay, so over here, the truck is back. I think he left and he just showed up again. What is he up to? Okay, and so there are some things here that might or might not. The 2 ends of the cul-de-sacs are obvious. The streets themselves, while trying to lure me onto private properties to say, he broke in my house, you need to arrest him, and I even have people on video from the Warner Center Met here telling me that they want to test their video cameras. Can I break onto their property to see if they work? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, these people are so fucking desperate and deprived. Okay, so we're having possible cars coming out now that I'm sort of out here, and that's how things sort of start. And okay, it is a Jeep Cherokee Black. I'm just gonna note that. So, Kevin, how did things start? Well, it's a night like this, and I decide to take a walk, and someone in the Warner Center Met here, some random worldwide neighborhood watch stalking killing group, network terror cell, says, it's dark out and Kevin took a walk. He's a possible serial killer. Everyone come out and provoke him to death until we can get reactions and lock him away. Oh, by the way, don't talk to Kevin. He's a violent paranoid schizo. He's also broken onto our properties. He's done this, he's done that. This instantly goes worldwide with security companies and the police. Wait, nothing's happened. I simply left my house and took a walk. What's going on? How do you even know of me? How does the next person that comes out this gate know of me, who I am, and cry wolf that I tried to kill them and their sister and their dog or whatever? And that's the question. The question of whether I'm a good or bad person is irrelevant. Nobody is being hunted. I think you're a bad person. I have a plan of people trying to kill you. It goes against the Constitution. It's unheard of. The conspiracy itself is the crime of all crimes. In secret, no divulging what it is as it is to create paranoia, the illusion of schizophrenia, paranoia, obsession. That is the goal here, is make someone look crazy and eradicate them and then say it's about fear or this or that. Pulling aside the road here, we have security guards coming out trying to mace me for taking walks and walking around the cul-de-sac and all sorts of shit like this. Okay, so the numbers are down. How does it start? The numbers exponentially increase as I take a walk or get some rest or go to a coffee shop. I think this guy might have... It's Garrett from Starbucks, Topanga, Ventura Boulevard in Topanga 15, 20 years ago. It's your transgressions. I'm hinting that you committed a crime, therefore we're hunting you to kill you. Okay? Well, who's Garrett? At the time, he was like 18 and I was like 35. Who's this Garrett guy? He doesn't know anything about my past. He's too young. Okay, so how's he getting this secret information that's instantly going worldwide? And the ignoring of the information that is worldwide, and you're imagining it. Okay, the truck left and came back, which is interesting. This black truck. He parked where I was parked. Is his light still on? No, he turned off his lights. Maybe he wanted my spot. But the question is, did he know when I came out of my house here? I'm just going to note this black car coming out, because there could be grouping of black cars coming out. This is one of the tactics they do. And it was a lot worse when I kept my phone logged into Google Cloud, as they exploited the GPS part with exploits, and I can't tell you how, but transmitting out my GPS location to the masses worldwide. Okay, so, oh hey, we have a plan of people. We're gonna watch wherever Kevin goes and try to make him mentally ill. Don't you think that if someone approaches you and says, do these things to Kevin Perlman, that you should be questioning if they're a psychotic fucking murderer or not? Because they obviously are. Okay? Isn't that sort of part of the equation here? That, hey, some guy's trying to live his life and he has not met one human being since he was 5 years old, wasn't involved in being peeping toms like Peeping Tom Farley, or trying to look into my place like City Guard and shit like that and get dirt to use against me, and hacking into my computers, and even the phone calls with my mother are alluding that I know where you went and I know what website you surfed to. A form of trying to create paranoid schizophrenia. Nobody does that. Nobody considers that someone's going to hack into your computer for good reasons with working with hacking groups, and hint, I know you went to this website, hint, I know you went to that movie. Nobody's going to do that, yet there's my mother doing it over and over, telling me my past caught up with me and then denying she ever said it. Right? Nobody would conceive of doing that unless their intent was blatantly obvious that they wanted to do something horrific to someone called gaslighting or gang stalking and try to make them look crazy and off them or rid them of the world. Jason Perlman, me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution. Mike Huntley, originally Jason's friend, and several similar repeating scenarios with the next group and the next group and the next group, right? Oh, I mean, nobody sees a problem in this, okay? Now my mother is working with private investigators that I have a lot of fear. Okay, well, first of all, if you were in my shoes, you would have a lot of fucking fear about trusting people, because if you meet someone and they say, I don't know of you, and I don't know of these worldwide 4 to 7 billion people stalking you and taking you to strip clubs saying that you're stalking porn stars and you need to die and all sorts of freaky shit like this, would you have fear about meeting women, especially if every female you've met is running around, Kevin tried to kill me and shit like that, for simply smiling and trying to talk to them, okay? Well, you know, Kevin, you need to have confidence. Well, what's the point? It doesn't matter how much confidence I have, I'm gonna be met with rocks being thrown at my fucking skull, and the more confident I am, the more they're gonna wanna weasel into my life and say he tried to kill me, he tried to rape me, he ate my dog, I don't know. He burned holes in me with his laser beams out of his eyes. Okay? And it has been consistent for 46 years. Whether you want to talk about Christy Reynolds to Corey Bixby to, and these are high school names, middle school names, that these people, when they feel insecure, feel justified in getting worldwide groups to stalk, hunt, and kill someone, okay? And then there's no counter argument like, hey, you know, what's going on here? You're imagining it, die. Okay, well, can't we get to can't we meet halfway here and figure out let me know what's going on and try to resolve the problem? No, absolutely not. You shut up, you don't talk about a fucking thing, you shut up, you take your meds, you don't fucking talk about a thing, or we're gonna fucking kill you with a planet of people. Oh, well, it sounds like your intentions are clearly out of curiosity and because you want me to have a normal life, because people that are concerned generally don't say you don't talk or we fucking kill you, okay? You're right, you get it? You don't talk, we fucking kill you. Okay, well, yeah, that doesn't sound to me like someone who wants you to have a good life, correct? I'm a doctor and I want to heal you, and if you find out my methods of trying to heal you, I'm going to hunt you and kill you with everyone on the planet. Wait, did I fucking miss something? Okay. No, the intentions are to eradicate. And anything that comes out of their mouth verbally at that point is bullshit. And now, remember, this is planetary. There has rarely been people that I associate with, or people that have been in my life that were involved. I don't know one person that on a friend level wasn't involved, and all the human interactions are with the mental illness tactics. And even if that was to stop today, okay, well, after 51 years of being hunted by a planet of people with these psychological warfare tactics, how could you trust? You have a lot of fear because you don't trust. Well, have any of these people given me a reason to trust? Like if I meet someone and they say, hint, hint, you're a stalker and we're going to hunt you with every person on the planet and kill you. And I go, look, you've been lied to. And they say, you don't talk or we kill you. Can I trust those people? No, they're not trustable people. Okay, and then what they do is my family actually tells me that I have to trust or they won't stop. Wait, I have to trust. They demand with blackmail and death threats that I have to trust or else. Okay, if you don't trust, we're going to lock you away. Wait, that's not really a trustable personality trait. That's a psychotic murderer that you don't trust. I'm a good person, so I'm allowed to mentally bash your skull in. Well, you're not a good person because you're hunting someone with a plan of appeal trying to mentally bash their fucking skull in with judgments about whether this person has the right to live or not, okay? And I'm not talking about judgments like I don't want to go out on another date with this person. I'm talking about judgments about I think you're crazy and I have the right to kill you. And we're not just talking about judgments, we're talking about sentencing. Okay, I hear a lot of people like, I don't make judgments. Well, everyone makes judgments. But do you try to sentence after you make a judgment? Right? Okay, Eric Christensen. I don't like Kevin. I'm going to kill him. I don't like Kevin's t-shirt. I'm going to kill him. With mass groups and Sherry Christensen and Eric Christensen. Well, that's not just a judgment. That's a judgment and a sentence, and a death sentence from some Alaskan guy that followed me or just knew of me, was told when I went to Southern Oregon State College. Okay. And how did he know of me? Well, Kelly Hatch was told to follow me up from Calabasas High, playing victim like each and every other one of these people. And then what they'll say is, you suffer from trauma from Kelly Hatch. Well, those two Jeeps on video this earlier today, because Kelly Hatch drove a Jeep, aren't trying to hint about Kelly Hatch because they want me to forget about Kelly Hatch, okay? They want to try to create obsessional looping, and that's a psychological warfare tactic that we're not going to stop hinting about this girl that was sent after you to follow you from Calabasas. Kevin's a stalker, Kevin's a stalker. Well, I'm not fucking following people from high school to college, working with the police, Ashland, Oregon police, and San Diego PD with Eric Christensen, two separate events that are merged together to try to rid someone of the world. She is, and he is, okay? Example, okay. Come on. Is this still recording? Yeah, it's still recording. Okay, so I gotta get a better mount. This mount is just a nightmare. Okay, example. Okay, Alexis Amore has spent 30 years with thousands of other porn stars and strippers. Hint, hint, please follow me. Hint, hint, please do this. Hint, hint, please do that. Hint, hint, I like you. Hint, hint, but when push comes to shove, initiating an actual conversation like 20 years later, you're a stalker, this and that. Wait, why does she with everyone else, want to lure me somewhere and then say I'm a stalker? Well, it's your fault because you associated with those types of people. Well, I don't know, but those types of people aren't having these problems with each other, and those types of people aren't having problems with anyone else, and anyone else isn't having those types of problems with those people. And then it shifts to school teachers, college professors, elementary school teachers like Miss Vaughn, and 100,000 other things that have nothing to do with the adult industry or strip clubs or anything else. Well, where are we gonna, by the way, I didn't find any taco trucks, which is surprising. So what the fuck am I gonna eat at 1:36 a.m.? Okay, you get the idea here that, okay, two whites sort of spaced together there, that's you get the idea there that it doesn't make sense. None of these arguments make sense. And if two whites there with that Jeep, If I was any other person and I took the facts of my life and talked to that stranger there or that person, even a person in the psychology community that all have packaged cover-up lies about me, and you were to give them the facts and specifics, they would say that is unacceptable. And okay, then it's about fear and forcing you into courtrooms. Okay, this is the kicker here. You're gonna be like, this is insane. This is beyond any level of insane. We've spent, okay, hold on. 2 reds here. I'm gonna roll on the window. 2 reds together there. By that Vallarta over there. And there's a lot more, I'm sure, while I'm looking for, I don't even know, it's so late. I gotta pull aside here and get my thoughts cleared, where to find food at 1:36 a.m. If you were to, I totally lost track of what I was talking about. Okay, if you were to, what the hell was I talking about? You're gonna take the facts of my life and talk to some other person. They say, yeah, this is obviously going on. It's unacceptable. There should be. The court. Okay, it's about fear. So it takes us. This is the 3rd Dincy arrest. We're just trying to throw you in jail because we want to solve your fear issues. By the way, putting felonies on your record and stopping you from ever getting jobs. Or when people associate with you, they say he's a criminal. We're doing it, and we're gonna try to steal all your house and cars and all your money because they've cost me $50,000 to $60,000 in damages to my Corvette alone, and that's not the other 20 years of car vandalisms and things they've been doing, and the 50 years of a destroyed life. And we're doing it to stop you from having fear, so we keep throwing you in jail and trying to figure out ways that you never leave a jail or mental institution, and destroying your life, leaving a 50-year napalm trail across the entire U.S. to solve fear. This is the latest, back to fear, with my mother's psychological bullshit. And hey, you know what? We solved your fear problem, but we scorched the entire fucking planet Earth, and every person you ever talk to on the planet Earth is going to throw rocks at your head and kill you. And they don't want to hire you for jobs with felony records and this and that. So walk into the flames. Be a man, be brave, walk into the flames with pride, and let yourself burn and die, because we want to solve fear. Oh, that makes sense. So you've destroyed 51 years of life. They're in my family's mind, in these worldwide murder operations that have now destroyed 51 years, that I can never have anything in life called damages, and I'm going to be emotionally disturbed when I'm around people because of what's been done to my life. Is this going to be the next 50 years of people? And emotionally disturbed from everything I've been to. Like, there's no closure. Nothing's even about anything. And with direct dialogues, and then when you try to become friends with people, I don't know you, you just lied to me, I can't trust you, or I don't know of you. And then because I'm saying what I'm saying, well, you're crazy, you need to be put in a mental institution, the oppression you are not allowed to talk about what we've done in your life, or you're crazy. And so just be positive and confident, but by the way, we're going to fry you and rid you of the world and blah, blah, blah. And the more you accept the murder operations, the more they're going to hunt you to try to exterminate you, correct? Or set you up, frame you, make up lies about you, spew it to the world with no counter arguments, like the first up until the age 29, 30, noticing what they were doing. And so think about that while I'm pointing out the unheard of, unfathomable car mental illness tactics, which is just one of the thousands of different psychological terror tactics. To do what? To try to break me into a situation where the police can arrest me over and over and get 5350s and LPS conservatorships, and you are owned by the state and you're crazy and you're not allowed to go out and buy Corvettes because I think that you might be a danger to yourself or others, and therefore we've put you on a mental illness watch list that you were on at 5 years old, notifying the masses if you see Kevin Perlman, we need to rid him of the world. Yeah, this is about fear. No, it's not about fear. It is about trying to put a happy smile of stupidity on someone's face and tell them to walk into the fire or walk off the cliff, and it's for them, okay? And it's like Adolf Hitler telling the Jews that he's going to take them to the showers to clean them, keep them clean, and so their armpits don't smell. No, he's taking them in there to gas them and kill them, okay? And, because he doesn't want resistance. He doesn't want resistance. Where the hell am I getting food? He doesn't want resistance from the people, the people he's killing, correct? Okay, so 2 reds here by the Vallarta. Usually this park's pretty aggressive too here by the police station here. We've done the police station. 2 whites over here. And I don't feel like, obviously I can drive, I can do what I did with the Corvette 3.5 years ago and drive across the United States, where I bought it in Pennsylvania, and document minute by minute what I'm doing now all across the United States, and the verbal provokings and harassments as well at hotels and restaurants. But I don't feel like doing that tonight. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's open at 1:44 a.m. 2 whites over there. I already pointed those out. That's one with the white Jeep Wrangler. And okay, I don't exactly know when this thing stopped recording here. I was stating, actually let me figure that out. Okay, so what sucks about this camera is it has an automatic recording stop at 30 minutes. There is a patch for that, but okay, so 3 whites over here. I'm just sort of turning around on a side street here. We are on Glade, and what is this? I can't read that. Oh, Cohasset or something? Cohasset and Glade. Just to sort of show you that that is a random turn off the main highway and mental illness tactics. And remember that I could be in fucking Wisconsin right now, and I'd be doing the same thing. And the reason they're doing it worldwide is because it's a cover-up. It's like, well, you know, if it's being done in Wisconsin, then it must be normal. Okay, right? And that's the level of this insanity that, why would you do that? What possible reason? What would you be trying to hide is so horrifically unspeakable that you would literally notify a plan of people to mentally bash someone's skull and try to make them look crazy, or better yet, try to cover up the mental illness tactics that the guy's figuring out, right? Okay, so you figured it out. Now we have to have a plan to do it, and then, well, it's normal because if everyone does it, it must be you, okay? And my father's bullshit how you think differently because he's a child raping murderer, okay? You can't just say we fucked up and this is wrong. Okay, so, well, you know, why are you afraid to deal with, I'm just gonna note the 2 white things here, which may or may not be, everything's closed here, so I don't even know where they're in unless they're in this Yoshia beef bowl or whatever the fuck that is. But so 2 white sort of space there. Okay, we have Jack in the Box. I don't eat Jack in the Box. It always makes me sick. Tommy's Burgers. That's just eating fucking cement. And okay, so I'm surprised there's no taco trucks out there. That's weird. Well, Tommy's Burgers is closed too. What's going on? Maybe I should watch the news here. No. Okay, so okay, so and the Taco Bell here is bulldozed for supposedly reconstruction. In and Out, I think, might be closing 148. So I mean, maybe I should sort of cut off the video here because I'll go forever. But okay, you can see on my street that the behaviors change, the very behaviors that they don't want me exposing. Why are they doing it? Okay, well, they finally got a third arrest. You know, how much... What are they trying to do? They're trying to provoke, get reactions, minute by minute, 100,000 to 1 million attacks per day, thousands per hour get on this camera, try to provoke, get reactions, and then go, you're imagining it, you're crazy, and the crazy man is doing all these things, and so we don't want him in this society. Would that create fear in your mind that you have a plan of people trying to make you look like a violent, paranoid schizo, with people on the judicial system going, I don't know him, and I don't know what's going on, and you have to defend yourself in a courtroom against a bunch of people that are sort of, oh, hey, I don't know him. That's the guy we're provoking to try to get reactions. Okay, first of all, is that a fair trial? If the jury is already tampered because they don't want to admit they know of me. Okay, the jury's already tampered whether someone paid him or not. I'm nowhere why, but they won't admit. Okay, let me rephrase that. Kevin Perlman is on a mental illness watch list to the entire... Carl's Jr. is open. Kevin Perlman is on a mental illness watch list since 5 years old to a planet of people who are trying to force him into a mental institution with psychological warfare tactics, obsessional looping, idea of reference, paranoia tactics, worldwide idea of reference, pairs of twos, and verbal harassments, and this and that and the other thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then the judges obviously know you, but they say, do I know you? And are you going to get a fair trial? Are you going to get a fair trial? And you're hiring private investigators going, I know police officers and I won't help you. And you're a stalker because 4 or 5 people were paid off to take you to strip clubs and say that you're a stalker. And if you associate with a stripper, you're a stalker and you need to die because you associated with a stripper. I don't care that Rhodey Morales and Tom Farley and Eric Christensen and Val Morozov were paid off to introduce you to strippers or take you to strip clubs or porn stars. I only care that you talk to a stripper, so therefore you need to die, and we have a plan of people hunting you to kill you in secret. You don't care that the guy was paid off to take me to strip clubs and frame me and say I did all these things that didn't happen. You don't care about that. You have a planet in this mass conspiracy working together. Okay, we're gonna rid this guy of the world because of mental illness watch lists. The jurors are already tampered, whether someone approached them or not, because the jurors need to admit they know of me. Now, when Judge Eric Harmon said to the jurors in 2017, do you know who this Kevin Perlman person is? They all lied and said no. Okay, it's a kangaroo court. It's not a fair trial. Okay, well, Kevin, you have a lot of fear because in this 51 years of you need to be thrown into mental institutions and jail cells 100,000 times for no reason with corrupt lawyers like Michael Bialis and criminal defense attorney and ex-prostitute Victoria Walker paid off to befriend me by Brian Longbottom. I'm not getting fair trials because they don't want to admit of the worldwide situation, correct? It's a rigged trial. Whether someone approached the jurors or the DA or the judge, it's rigged. The outcome is rigged. Hey, the jurors can sit there. I don't know who Kevin Perlman is. Well, they just lied. They just perjured themselves. Okay? The judge can say, I don't know who Kevin Perlman is. He just perjured himself. The prosecutor says, I don't know that Kevin Perlman is being stalked by the entire planet Earth, literally, and he has to walk around with a fucking camera minute by minute documenting the verbal harassments and the provokings and the card tactics and the visual tactics and this and that. It's rigged. The prosecutor knows who I am and is lying. The judge knows of me and is lying. The jurors know of me and they're lying. Oh, does that sound like a fair trial to you? Or does it sound like the type of trial that everyone can just get together and decide the outcome before ever being thrown in the courtroom? Just like all the psychologists, people in the psychology community. I could call a psychiatrist right now. I could walk in that room and, hi, I'm Kevin Perlman. You're a violent paranoid schizo, blah, blah, blah. You're dangerous to yourself or others. Okay, I have a label. I haven't said anything but hi. All I said was hi. How come you have a packaged label before I've walked into your office? Okay, this has been going on since 5 years old. Do you think that you're going to get a fair analysis of your personality if you walk into any psychologist's office, any person in a psychologist's office worldwide, and say, hi, and they say you suffer from this and you need to be removed from society? Okay? No, you're not. And that's the same as the courtroom. Well, Kevin, you have a lot of fear. Well, sometimes fear is warranted because of the situation. Example, it would be stupid of me to not have fear and say everything's all honky-dory and it's just another 100,000th arrest for no reason with a plan of people trying to force you into mental institutions and jail cells. Correct? So what is the reasoning behind the arrests? We don't like Kevin. We don't trust Kevin, so we're gonna rid him of the world. Would that give you fear if Adolf Hitler was standing over you saying, hey, listen, you're Jewish, and I'm going to tote you off to Auschwitz. Don't have fear about it. It's not a bad thing. You're hypersensitive, and you're imagining that Auschwitz is a bad thing, and we're just going to take you to some showers and clean you up. Okay? My point here is that we still have rigged juries and rigged judges and rigged prosecutors, and that doesn't put your mind at rest, because the last cases I had tons of evidence, and the lawyers, the defense attorneys, were paid off to not defend me, okay? And so what's it about? Right? Well, density states, how do we force people into mental institutions? Jason Perlman, me and my friends are going to put Kevin in a mental institution. Kevin, you have a mental institution fear? Well, I think it's justified and warranted that if I have literally been in contact with the people that were in my life, let's say 100 friends, real friends, and their agenda from 5 years old was putting me in a mental institution, do you think that fear is warranted, that this really is an agenda to eradicate, and that you're going to have fear that you're going to walk into a courtroom? It is a kangaroo court, like usual. We don't know who Kevin Perlman is, and it's all rigged to begin with. It's packaged.
Hello, welcome to Best Junior. How can I get you started?
Hi, get a number 2 combo with a strawberry lemonade.
All right, and we like to add cheese on it.
Add what? Sorry.
Add cheese.
Oh, no, just the combo.
Medium or large for the combo?
Medium.
And the strawberry lemonade, you said, right?
Yeah.
Would that complete your order, sir?
Yeah, that's it.
Would you like to add a slice of 6 chicken stars for $129?
No.
Alright, your total is $10.39. See you at the window.
Okay, it almost, I couldn't hear too well on the speaker. It almost sounded like you said alrighty, and alrighty is one of the mimic tactics to try to drive you crazy with a planet of people, because I was doing some Jim Carrey jokes on Facebook. Oh, hello. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, the chip doesn't.
Oh, yeah, the chip doesn't, but you can tap it and slide it.
Okay.
Oh, it's not?
Is it debit or credit?
It's a credit.
Is your receipt look like any sauce?
Oh, ketchup.
Ketchup on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now I want to expand on this. On my social accounts, I don't have millions of followers. I might have like 20 legit followers. So if I say alrighty then or whatever, joking on my Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and worldwide groups start saying alrighty over and over at public restaurants and public places, that needs to be addressed. Okay, why that would happen, why they all would say, I don't know you, alrighty. Alrighty, 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 I don't know of you. Alrighty, 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 I don't know of you. It's a way to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo with gang stalking, gaslighting, mental illness tactics that have been put together by the psychology community, police, and government to eradicate. Now, Kevin, you have a lot of fear about the situation. Yeah, because nobody's willing to be honest. Okay? I think honesty here is warranted. That I have the right to walk in a room full of people as a human being with my civil rights and constitutional rights and say, you're Kevin Perlman and this is what was said and this is right or it's wrong, okay? So
Here we go.
okay. Okay, that's not happening. It's all in secret. Okay, hint, hint, you're an evil person, we're gonna kill you. Hint, hint. Hint, hint, I like you, but I gotta make you mentally ill and kill you. Hint, hint, I like you, please come see me. 100,000 hinty, 30-year hints. Like Alexis Amore for 30 years. Alexis Amore for 30 years. Hint, hint, come here. Hint, hint, come there. I like to play pool. Hint, hint. I like coffee shops. Hint, hint. Brian Longbotham, take Kevin to Sharky's restaurant where Alexis is with her mother. Hint, hint. Why is Brian Longbotham taking me to places to see people that are waiting for me at strip clubs to say I'm stalking them? Hint, hint. For 30 years, hint, hint. I like you. If you talk to them, you're a stalker, you're a stalker, you're crazy. 30 years. And that's just one scenario out of 100,000, okay? Or the more aggressive, let's say 1,000 women or something, okay? Like Kira Noir or whatever. Daniel Derrick, Kira, whatever. And the argument isn't you associated with someone in the sleaze world. This isn't happening to people, okay? Even in the sleaze world. The argument is what the fuck's really going on with government mental illness watch list and every single human being since 5 years old, Corey Bixby and Calabasas High, Kelly Hatch. I need to prove Kevin's a stalker and force him into a mental institution. With this obsession that Kevin needs to be in a mental institution no matter what. No matter how good of a person he is, we don't care because we don't trust him. Kevin has proven himself. For 51 years, he's an exceptional person, yet that's not good enough.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so at least I can't tell you 100% if he said alrighty because the speaker was a little muffled, but it sounded like it. But after that, he sounded very professional. Okay. And all these people are throwing me under the fucking bus, okay? And I can go into facts and specifics about all these situations, but I'm not allowed to, and I really don't want to have to, okay? But I'm sick of this thing where nobody's coming forwards while things just get unbelievably worse and worse. And now, example, this video here is, well, some of the things are clearing up, but we got you where you want you. So after we get you where we want you, now we're going to stop with the attacks. Okay? Okay, but why? So, for example, everything can stop and go back to normal, and then we have rigged juries and rigged trials, just like the other ones, where the lawyers, the defense attorneys, no matter how much I paid them, wouldn't be honest. They wouldn't show the illegal police operations, no matter how much proof I had. The judge, everyone was lying on these packaged trials. And, well, Kevin, you have a lot of fear. Just go into the fire like a man. Well, but it's a fire. Okay, it's not a courtroom, it's a fire. And anything that comes to, I want to hire a private investigator to get proof from a third-party opinion. We're not going to help you, or we want to steal all your money and not be honest about the situation. Why would you not be honest about the situation for free? Why would that guy standing on the sidewalk not be honest about the fucking situation and go, I am fucking morally obligated to say something? Now, I could pay a fucking private investigator $500,000. There's a high probability that he would say, I'm not going to admit to the situation. I'm going to steal all your fucking money. Okay, would that instill fear in you? Would you feel a sense of fear that if mass worldwide groups are trying to make you look like a violent, paranoid schizo, and you're paying criminal defense attorneys to speak the truth and say, look, these people are full of shit, and he won't, and no matter how obvious, like Dincy putting a ticket in 2017, Dincy coming over and putting a parking ticket on my car for being a couple inches in the red, and the lawyer refusing to submit it as evidence to the judge. Seymour Amster would not submit a thug threat ticket from Sean Dincy into evidence for the jury to see when it's a black and white case and I'm being harassed and hunted by LAPD and a lot of other entities worldwide, authoritative entities worldwide. Seymour Amster was paid very well, by the way, by me and my family, intentionally losing the writing bad appeals, intentionally writing bunk appeals, and intentionally losing in court. And you can look at the transcripts, you can look how he refused to submit evidence and look like a bullshit artist or whatever, intentionally doing it. Well, Kevin, you have a lot of fear because you're not walking into the fucking fire we're lighting to throw you into. These aren't fair trials. The entire I should be, I'm 51 years old. I should be married with kids. I should have, all my business ventures should have, I can't tell you if they would have succeeded or not, but they were sabotaged from day one. Me working at jobs were all sabotaged, especially Hollywood, with Brian Longbotham and sent after me and all those things instantly. What am I supposed to think? I'm 51. We still have a planetary psychological warfare operation based on government mental illness watch list that I'm told I'm imagining. And let's theoretically say the numbers dwindle and wane here, which by my house they have. They got what they wanted, which is me back in the system, correct? The judicial system, for no reason at all but hate. These are hate crimes. There's nothing. Is the jury going to admit they know of me? I know who Kevin Perlman is. This is what we are told. I highly doubt it. Is that a fair trial? No, it's a package trial. That is not a jury of my peers. Okay? Is the prosecutor going to admit that this is going on? No. Is the judge going to admit this is going on? And if the judge knows this is going on, he would instantly throw the case out in court. Correct? He would say, this is not a fair trial. It can't go to trial. Okay? And if I was a judge and Kevin Perlman walked in the room, I'd say, you're Kevin Perlman, and what are they doing now? Okay? To you. And is there a direct statement that the situation worldwide for 51 years is going on? No. So I have to walk around and roam the earth with two-faced lying murderers, or I'm better than you and your kind needs to die because you're crazy. On a situation that is worldwide, minute by minute, 100,000 to 1 million attacks per day, I get 1,000 incidences pretty much per hour on video. That I can't verbally state them all. And no closure as to, or admission to what specifically the situation is, because people in the government and judicial system don't want to be sued for damages to 51 years of my life. Correct? They want to cover it up and put me in the ground. They want to throw me in the hole they've already dug and cover it up with dirt since 5 years old, or especially since 29 to 30. And no specific direct dialogues from any stranger on the planet, authoritative figure. Example, LAPD should be walking around saying, Kevin, we know what's going on. We're going to do our best. We don't know what to do, but we're going to do our best. They won't admit to it. They keep trying to cover it up. I have filed hundreds of police reports. I can't file them all. There's too many. And they won't do a fucking thing. They just bury them. Showing that they want to bury me. Okay. Well, Kevin, you have a lot of fear about the situation. Can you even comprehend? If you were to put yourself in my shoes and try to comprehend the magnitude of the situation, an entire planet is hunting and stalking, or if they're neutral, they're still involved because they won't admit to it. Correct? Every incident since 5 years old that someone has done something to me and I've had to call the police have tried to bury it and make me look crazy. And there have been probably thousands of situations, fictional situations where the police have been called that I've supposedly done something, and people are allowed to call the cops saying I looked and smiled wrong at them, I need to be investigated. But if I call the cops from 1,000 assaults towards me, the cops won't do anything. Okay? And it's planetary, and not one person is on your side where people play stupid. Oh, it's your journey in life. It's just a game, and life is a game. Okay, would you have fear about that situation? An entire planet, entire judicial system, people in Congress and Senate. I've exposed the White House of the United States of America in Washington, D.C. with policeabuse.com and private investigator Miller and some other PIs. Exposing White House security freaking out that I simply walked in front of the White House tourist section with the other tourists for 15 minutes, following me all around the town in an obvious manner, being counter surveillance of White House security, showing their true colors. and people in Congress and Senate that want me dead for the information in my fucking brain, with an entire planet helping or no one coming forward saying, Kevin, this is what we've been told, would you have fear about that situation no matter what the situation is? Even if you went out on a fucking date, the first thought that would go through your head is, what is this person up to? Because they don't want to admit to the situation, correct? I can't trust you because you don't want to talk about the situation as it is. You're trying to manipulate the situation into an end agenda that what you want it to be, instead of saying, this is what's going on is wrong. Okay, example, if you want to ask me on a date, say, Kevin, let's go on a date. Not follow me from place to place saying you need to ask me out or I'm going to kill you. Okay? And I can go through about 1,000 women that have done that, especially strippers and porn stars following me to coffee shops, I guess wanting me to talk to them, but I can tell you that the end result was going to be the same, that I'm stalking them and I need to die. Okay, so what's it about? We have no answer. You know what you did. Your past caught up with you. I never said that. I never said that. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. And this dialogue starts exposing the behavior change of the car tactic, just the car tactic, waning as it has gone from something like 5 to 20 or 30 or more around my block, and this is worldwide, psychological terror groupings that they don't want to stop because they don't want an admission to the situation and they want to lock me away to cover it up. Well, the guy knows too much. He can't talk, okay? Kind of like Edward Snowden, okay? And he knows too much. He can't talk about these illegal neighborhood watch groups and stalking groups that are hunting me since 5 years old, with security companies worldwide and police agencies worldwide and FBI and NSA and other divisions we don't know of, and the psychology community. We got Kevin where we wanted him. We're on a third arrest. It's not really that bad of charges, but you know, it's the point. It's the point that they want to. They've wasted 51 years. I've now sat here for 22/46 years, minute by minute, trying to isolate and normalize the situation. Look, you've been lied to. 22 years. The first, 26 years was not knowing but avoiding the traps. Does that make sense? The setups and the frame jobs. But it still builds on you. Minute by minute for 22 years, trying to normalize and say, look, you've been lied to, and stop hunting me with worldwide groups, throwing rocks at my head. We finally get you where you want you. It's not the end of the world. But they want those fake convictions to cover up the truth. Okay, this guy's a public nuisance. Look what he's doing now. And that's why you're seeing the waning attacks. That when I'm saying that, I'm just really talking about the block around my house, correct? And if the attacks get less worldwide, that's great. I will be happier and shit. But that will solve the biggest problem, are the attacks. But what is the reason from the attacks? To set someone up and lock them away, correct? With unheard of billions of dollars of resources against one human being who simply came out of college trying to do something with his life. Or it was always going on in college and high school and middle school and elementary school. But okay, would that instill fear in you? That nobody's on your side in a direct method? Yeah, of course. And because what happens is, hey, you know, we need to get private investigators, and we need to know. We're trying to create the situation that we want to create. We're forcing you into, we're forcing and manipulating you into a specific situation, and that doesn't make sense. Okay, there shouldn't be manipulation and force, and we have to do this obsessively no matter what, for any reason. Okay, if I'm walking down the street and I get into a situation where I'm arrested that I don't want to be in, That's one thing, because the deck isn't stacked against you. If you're being forced into a situation that some obsessed sicko says you have to be in, well, you can see that. You can see that you're being forced against your free will into a situation that someone is playing God with your life, and they have to get what they want, no matter what. Called an obsessed psychotic murderer, okay, a stalking murderer. I have to get, whether they're working with the psychology community or whatever, they're a obsessed stalking murderer that has to get what they want. They're destroying your life because they want to do something not for you, but for themselves, correct? They're doing it, I want you to have a normal life, so I keep throwing you into jail. They're not doing it for me, they're doing it for themselves, because I had a life until they fucked with my life, correct? Okay, destroying the life. They don't want to admit that they're meddling and their privacy violations for 50 years, and they're playing God with my life and turning a planet against me, even if it was under the circumstances we just want to get this guy over fear, is a way of fucking up someone's life, because you're playing God with someone's life and you're destroying the life. Before it was about anxiety, now it's about fear. It keeps switching. It was about agoraphobia and about this and that. Then you're a criminal and you know what you did. Well, each thing that they do builds in the mental baggage of crimes against me, if you understand what I'm saying. They're not doing anything for me, they're doing it for themselves, to try to deal with their insecurities about me. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this there because I'll talk forever. You have now seen around my house the behavior change after the recent arrests. Why has the behavior changed after the arrests? If I'm imagining the situation and I'm being forced into a situation I shouldn't be in, it has destroyed my life, name, reputation, causing damages on all levels. And even if it ends, do I get my 50 years back? Do I get my 51 or 46 years back that they robbed from me and stole? No, I do not. And when I go out, and even if everything stops today, can I go out on a date or even talk to people without wondering what they're going to do with worldwide conspiracies? Or better yet, let's say they're not going to, let's say they're going to stop, are they going to admit to what was done in the slavery and whipping, the minute-by-minute slavery and whipping for 50 years, are they going to admit that that event in history did in fact occur with an entire planet against one man? And do you think I'm going to go out on a date or want to hang out with people that can't admit to that? Do you think I'm going to be able to mentally relate to someone lying to my face that it's not a big fucking deal, and you're imagining it and just put on a fake smile and pretend it didn't happen? Okay, that's not reality. That's not. So we have to force Kevin into a mental institution because he knows too much and he has something to say about it, correct? Or throw him in jail or mental institutions. Either way, the damage is in fact done to who I started off being in life. That I tried to go out and live my life and go to college and accomplish these great, wonderful things. Those damages are there to everything I've seen minute by minute for 46 years. Those damages are there. The fact that I was robbed of constitutional rights and protections and civil rights as a human being, those damages are there and affect other people worldwide and United States based. And if they're so stupid they can't understand that, then they really need help. Those are damages. The organizations need to be sued, and if you want to understand why the police keep trying to throw me in jail, trying to make me look crazy, they don't want to be sued. They don't want that truth coming out. They want to keep throwing dirt on me to stop the truth from coming out. And that's what really gets bad at 29 years old when I start figuring things out, that something's very wrong, okay? And Mike Huntley's death threats, world of paranoia, and have a good life now, dropping papers on my desk, how to make people mentally ill and kill them, and me going like, is this a joke? And okay, Mike Huntley was real. First thing Mike Huntley actually said was, you're okay, like, we're psychologically evaluating you. And then it shifted to, you're a fucking dead man, you don't talk. You're okay, you're not crazy, you don't fucking talk or we kill you. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is, in a nutshell. Okay, what they were doing up until the age 30 was beyond any level of illegal and unheard of, with a planet of people. You're okay, you're sane, but now you don't talk, you figured it out, now you don't talk or we fucking execute you and kill you, with a planet of people. Okay, end of dialogue. That is why you're seeing me waning car things around my house. They're still, I'm still sure it's extremely aggressive worldwide. That tells you everything you need to know, and that also proves on video the changing behaviors, that you're imagining it, we're not doing anything. You compare this video to 15 years or the last 5 or 6 years of narrated video, and you explain why those behaviors magically had changed after this recent arrest. You explain that to me because their argument is that you're imagining it, yet are they mindless drones with wireless signals being beamed into their heads? Or do they consciously know what they're doing? Of course they fucking consciously know what they're doing. Okay, and those are the same people that are going to sit on a jury stand and say, we're going to come up with our verdict not because of right or wrong, but because of how much information is in Kevin's brain. You understand what I'm saying? Well, the guy knows too much about what my friend's friend did to him, so he can't talk, so he's guilty. Okay, is that a fair trial? A fair, unbiased trial. Okay, so can a trial go to... If I'm thrown in a courtroom, can there be a fair trial if people can't admit they know of me and the situation? No, there can't. It cannot be a fair trial. Okay, so end of dialogue. Just going home. This area looks really aggressive. 2 white cars here. That supermarket there, they were... Actually, I'm just going to go around. Say, hey, how I get caught up in this, but... So I just ended my dialogue here. And we are in the Sherman Way, and okay, Sherman Way, and there's a Ralph's here. What is that, Shoop? Maybe Shoop and Sherman Way. Okay, I want to note, the Ralph's is closed here, but I want to show you something. Okay, see this gray car backwards here? Gray Charger or something. And let's see what else we have. Now on the outskirts, okay, so let me just go handheld. Okay, so backwards towards the edge of the road here. Backwards, gray pickup. Everything else starts to go a little more normal here. But as we come to the outskirts of by the main road, that's very important, by the main road, these 3 cars are normal here, and we're coming back towards the main road outskirts. Now I'll explain this tactic. Okay, gray Charger here, Challenger, and over here we have a gray on the outskirts by the main road, caravan type thing backwards. And I have the same video down with gray cars doing this down in Gateway Plaza, actually, and everywhere else worldwide for that matter. Gray car with a flat tire over here backwards towards the main road. And then by him we have a orange second Charger over here. So gray Charger back there, orangish Charger, is that a Challenger or Charger, whatever, the same cars, backwards in patterns, the same patterns that I'm doing by my house, correct? Grays on the edge. And I have several supermarkets with grays when the parking lot clears out at night, with grays backwards on the edge like that. Okay? So when I'm driving down the street and saying 2 whites, 2 whites, 2 whites, now we have the supermarket here, Ralph's. I don't usually go to this Ralph's. I'm just driving by, just gonna eat my Carl's Jr. The gray Charger there, the gray Charger back there, unless they're Challengers, Mopars, whatever. Backwards in strategic mental illness tactics and patterns. And remember, this is worldwide, so we're talking about what are these people's agenda? Well, we're trying to make you look crazy, to force you into a judicial system, to force you into a mental institution. Why? Okay, so I just had a big long talk here about these are the people that are going to end up being your jurors in a courtroom. Okay, well, you think that we're talking about fair trials. Okay, so 2 whites here. Then you call private investigators and they don't want to be honest. I don't know you and you're crazy, or I'm going to start trying to make you look crazy, and I just happen to be friends with LAPD officers and we don't want you talking. But why are they so filled with anger and hate towards me? I've never met these people. Okay, so 2 whites here, I think. Okay, and they really get obvious when there's space, when there's like a lot of space in between here, and you just see 2, like in an island, right? There's 2 whites and nothing else. Okay, 2 whites over here. See the space? Okay, 2 whites. Okay. And this was also around my house, but now we're not at my house. We're veering away from my house. So now we've let off a little around your house, but it might ramp right back up. Hey, we'll give you the right to take a few walks now. Your kind has the right after 51 years to take a few walks. Sorry, we won't whip you 1,000 times tonight. You're kind. I remember that I kissed a black girl at 8 years old. My father's running around. Kevin is a white supremacist. Don't talk to those people. Yet those people are stalking and hunting me with my father, where it really gets fucking freaky, right? And I've had black people say, why do you like black people so much? As if I give a shit, right? Like cover up excuses, cover up arguments. Okay, so that's why you can ask Jada Fire why, porn star Jada Fire, why she's following me to coffee shops, trying to get me to look her direction, and then say Kevin tried to kill me, right? Okay. Or Vanessa Blue, or 100 million other scenarios that don't make any sense. And the only thing the private investigator or anyone else can say is, well, because you associated with a stripper, you're a bad guy and we're gonna hunt you and kill you, but we don't care about the stripper. Okay, right? She's allowed to fucking prostitute as many people as she wants. She's not a bad person, but you look that direction, you're a bad person. Okay, so you need to analyze what's going on. The father is mad that the Jewish boy kissed a black girl, and then the planet's hunting him to kill him. The father's mad that Kevin built some adult websites for people on his web building days. Kevin needs to die. The father's mad that Kevin gets into studio photography, and Kevin gets into photography and studio photography. Well, there's women involved, so you need to die. The father's mad that Kevin starts building cars at 16 because Kevin can be a danger to himself or others, so Kevin needs to die. What's going on? I guess Kevin just needs to die. Okay, 2 whites there to the right. 2 whites here on the right. We are on, it's 2:33 a.m. We are, this is Oxnard. And, what is that, Shoop? I think Shoop here. We'll go to Oxnard. We should start seeing more groups of whites and things. And so obviously my dialogue didn't end, and this is a good 2 Mercedes together right here. 2 Mercedes. This is how the older tactics were. 2 Mercedes, 2 Mercedes, 2 Mercedes, things like that. And hey, Kevin, I thought your dialogue was over. Well, we're trying to make you a kid taco, because that was Brian Weaver when I was 16, basically calling me a Mexican because he didn't like my piece of shit 69 Firebird, and then my mother and family with their psychology degrees trying to curve it into Kevin can't stop talking as cover-ups, right? They're trying to take out, they're trying to pretend there's no hate directed at me and make me look crazy, okay? So everything's the same. Okay, now we are in, I guess this is West Hills area, but it doesn't matter. I could travel. I bought the Corvette. Kevin can't buy a Corvette. Once again, same thing. The car groups, Kevin needs to die. And what's my point? The attacks since 5 years old, exponentially growing, never ever stop, no matter what. So if they want to throw you in jail 5,000 times, what's their reasoning? Well, their reasoning is to make someone look like he doesn't belong in society. Okay, 2 whites there towards the edge here at Advanced Auto. 2 whites backwards. Okay, now it's good that I'm doing this right now when the streets are cleared out. Because you know what happens is, let's say this example, this parking lot here at Royal Donuts is normal. Let's say someone sees me drive through here and I'm logged in the Google Cloud. All of a sudden cars will show up and they'll start parking backwards. So this is where Kevin went, and then everything will go from forwards to backwards, and I have tons of narrated videos like that, but I can't edit and upload them all because that's a whole, I need fucking a team of editors. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I need a team of editors and categorizers, but guess what? I can't go out and get jobs while I'm trying to stop a plan of people from stalking me. Okay. I'll note the black pickup here back, or the gray pickup there backwards, and we'll probably have others as well. Surprisingly, we don't. But normally we have groups of those pickups backwards here, and then there is a pickup truck backwards here, spread is Sanford and Son pickup truck looking thing. So there are 2 spread pickup trucks backwards, pairs of 2s. Okay, this one way over here and that one over there. Okay, 2 spread backwards. Okay, so well, you know, Kevin, you have a lot of fear. I mean, you can try to define the situation with labeling however you want, but let's be realistic here, that what is going on here is not acceptable and it's unheard of. There's no reason this worldwide conspiracy should be happening, because it creates the illusion of a violent paranoid schizo or obsessional looping or trauma or all the switching and changing tactics they're working on. And you're gonna say, but why? Why am I not allowed to just go out and fucking live my life? That's the question. I want you to have a normal life, so I'm stalking and hunting you with a plan of people, trying to make you look crazy as if that's gonna give you a normal life. Okay, that's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Okay, it's about exactly Jason Perlman's threats at 16. Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution with my family because they don't like their child, right? Okay, so, but why do they have a plan of helping? There's no answer. But clearly authoritative figures are telling the world lies and government mental illness watch list. I supposedly did all these things, and then when I say what's going on, you're imagining it. Nothing's been said. And then you're going to question, well, why would you tell me nothing's been said if there's a planet of people that have been told something? Or 100,000 things, right? Okay. So, as this battery's about to die, 2 whites here. And usually this street is really aggressive. We have 2 spread reds. 2 whites here. And then we're going to come up to the City Guard building, which has been threatening and harassing for years, trying to set me up with these mass groups and frame me to lock me away, linking to Jennifer Pilchick Perlman and Jason Perlman, okay? Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution. His threats when I was 16, okay? Whatever he is involved in with my father and the rest of my family who don't think what they're doing is wrong, okay? And have a planet helping. Okay, I'm on my last battery, and this one's just about dead. So we're by the City Guard building here. I just want to show you one quick thing. Okay, as we go through the gas station here. Oh, it's just about to die. Okay, it's pairs of 2s backwards here by the gas station, and this battery's just about dead. So I will end it here. Which you can see never ever ends. These attacks never stop. They never end. But we did see a waning behavior change by my house of these worldwide child rapist armies to government flag and kill operations to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo and execute them in unheard of methods by the government, psychology, community, police. And how do we rid people of the world we don't like or trust is the entire scenario here, and there's an entire planet helping. Once again, we're at the City Guard building here, who has spent years since 2017. Kevin Perlman's not allowed to leave his house or live his life. Okay.